Okay folks, welcome back to another episode of Sky Factory 2.5. In today's episode we're going to be looking at making some power generation using the lava generator we built in the last episode. So the first thing we're going to do is going to build a Stirling generator, which is pretty simple, and you just need some basic gears, which is sticks and cobblestone. I'm going to grab a couple of those. And then it's just like stone bricks and a furnace. And the only other tricky bit is a piston. So we'll take a couple of those, I think, because we need them for some other machines later as well. And we've got plenty more iron sitting back there as well. Yeah, so let's get those stone bricks ready. And we should have everything we need now. What we're going to do here is we're going to make a Stirling generator and then a pulverizer. And the pulverizer is to take the ores and smash them up so that we get more output. And it also means that we can make some of the blended alloys like Invar. So, lava bucket in the Stirling generator, probably the best way for us to power it. It takes any kind of fuel. It's kind of like a normal furnace style generator. Any solid fuel would work in there, but we're going to use lava buckets because we have an abundance of lava. And now we just kind of need to work on the next step, which is the pulverizer itself. So this is thermal expansion's pulverizer. I really like thermal expansion. It's just I know my way around it quite well now. So I could have like not bothered with the Stirling generator and the pulverizer and just went straight for the quartz grindstone from, is it Applied Energistics, I think, that has that? I can't remember. Which does it pretty much the same thing as the pulverizer, not exactly, but pretty much. But it doesn't require power, it just means you have to hand crank it. Which is fine, that's all good, yeah, but I much prefer like getting some thermal expansion stuff in there. It just makes life easier. I know how it works, I know how to upgrade them, I know how to build them, so it just makes it easier if I've got them there, and I can then start using those ores in a way that I would normally use them. So yeah, we just need to make some tin gears, which is tin and iron, and we have got plenty of tin, and yeah, we only need one tin gear for the pulverizer, so let's just get all the rest of the bits and pieces built. We just made the redstone reception coil there. Let's just get all these bits and pieces out of the way so that I can see what I've got. They should be in that chest anyway. Right, I need a tin gear, got it. What else do I need? I need the machine frame, which is a tin gear and glass and iron. So we've got the machine frame now. And we need some flint, and we need some copper gears. So have we got enough copper for that, I wonder? We have 8, which is exactly the right amount, so that's perfect. We need a couple of bits of iron. We've got plenty smelted up. And I think you can make these in other mod packs as well, so I'm just checking to see that this is the only one we've got in this mod pack, and it looks like it. Some of the recipes are cheaper. I think, for example, you can make it in a smeltery using the Tinker's Contract smeltery, and then just making a gear shape, pouring the molten copper in there, and I think that only uses 4 ingots. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's a bit of faffing around as well, so if you've got all the stuff in your inventory, it's probably a bit easier to do it like this. So there we go, one pulverizer. Now all of our powdered dust, or our ore dust rather, can be smashed up into twice as much ore ingots. So if you have one piece of dust would normally make 1 ingot, if you put it in a pulverizer you'll get twice as much pulverized ore, and yeah, it's a much better way of working with your ores. In the long run, I'm really hoping that we can just take all of this ores and stuff and put them into an automated ore processing an automated ore processing plant, which we'll build. I'm not sure how far to go with it, but I think just now we'll probably well, I mean, we might just try and go the full hog and try and get everything to just be completely automated. So that basically means we'd need to produce gravel, sand, and dust, and have them all be sieved automatically. Get all of those sieved ores, put them into some kind of machine that puts them all into one, into a dust or gravel or sand, and then hammer that to get the extra ore out of it. And yeah, again, go back through the automated process. So it's kind of a long-winded way of doing it, but what you would end up with is a lot of ore dust. And yeah, eventually that would just go into your end pulverizer and I guess an induction smelter. Or it could go into a smelter, I mean either or. They both double the ore. But yeah, that's for later. So let's just grab a hold of all of the dust and stuff, and I'll get back to you once we start. Once we've got all of the powder, the ore dust ready for smelting. Okay, so we are going to make our invar. I think. Well, I can't remember why we're doing this. But yeah, we've got our lava bucket there, and we've got our pulverizer, and we're making our pulverized ferrous metal or nickel ore, and we're going to mix that up with the iron. I think it's 2 parts to 1 part iron, or 2 parts iron to 1 part ferrous. And that gets us our invar blend, which then means we've got a whole bunch of new stuff that we can make using the invar, which is awesome. So if we've got some shiny metal and some ferrous metal out of pulverizing that nickel ore dust. We'll just get some iron ore dust to go with it, using just what we had lying around. We could also have pulverized the ingots themselves, but this is obviously a little bit more efficient use of our dust, because we'll get twice as many. So you can see each one of these is producing 2 pulverized iron, so it's making twice as much essentially. And we just need to blend this together essentially, and we're going to end up with the invar blend that we were looking for. So just pop this up there. We're going to have a little bit left over from ferrous, but now we've got 15 invar blend. Pop that in a furnace, and that's us got 15 invar ingots. So let's go and pop this in here just now. At some point I guess we should make some kind of upgraded furnace, which will do this a lot quicker, and use the power supply that we're in the process of making. So we're gonna just quickly grab some of these invar ingots, and I'll get back to you once we're ready to start crafting. Yeah, this has been such a stoppy-starty episode. So I made 3 invar gears. Forgot to start recording again. Yeah, so let's just get another one of these going, and that's just got the 4 invar gears we need. So we're going to make some Magmatic Dynamos now, okay? And these basically take the lava, and they're going to convert that lava into power, and then that's going to power all of our machines in the future. Well, at least for a little while, until that isn't enough power for us, but it'll do us for a good long while yet. So we're going to use the thermal foundation or thermal expansion Magmatic Dynamos. I love these things, they're great. And they just require a few little bits and pieces. So we need some redstone, and we're just going to make, I think these are, what are these, reception coils? And they need silver ingots. That was tin I just tried to use there. Is it a transmission coil? I can never remember which ones are which. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to make 2 of these, and that's going to solve all of our power generation problems for a good while. And it requires quite a lot of bits and pieces, as you've no doubt noticed. I think I'm going to have to go make some more invar blend because I'm running low. Actually, I think I've got some in here. Yeah, I do. Good. It's such a cool point in the mod when I'm oh, they stack. Cool. It's such a cool point in the mod when I can start using the thermal foundation stuff. So yeah, I'll need to pop these in the front of here somewhere, and I guess I'm going to need some leadstone flux as well. Sorry, I got wind. I've just been drinking my tea. Actually, I want another drink of tea. Slurp. Yum. Yeah, so I'm probably going to need some more tanks, actually. Let's move these over into the center a bit, so we can make the transfer a little bit easier. And yeah, these lava tanks are great. They're open block lava tanks. I'm just going to grab the other one from here because we're not going to need it right now. get rid of the crucible as well. I've got some stone slabs. We do. Cool. I'll just cover up these. Just cover up the lava, and we'll do the water too to make it symmetrical, just so I don't accidentally throw anything in there or stand in it. Yeah, and I'll just pop the other tank down here next to it. If you put these next to each other, they just like join together essentially, and you get twice as much storage. I think ultimately we'll end up with a whole bank of these across the front of these netherrack fires, which will also stop items from accidentally going on fire. So we're going to use the transfer node again, the liquid transfer node, and we're going to use the transfer pipes to pump lava into the dynamos. And I'll just pop these down here and here. Actually, have I got a crescent hammer? Oh, yeah, they're already working. And just change the facing. I don't think it's that important. I just kind of like them if face in the direction that the stuff's flowing, so that the lava gets pumped into the bottom and the power comes out the top. That just kind of looks right to me. I don't know. OCD again. Yeah, so these fill up with lava, and the lava is used to generate power, and we're going to have a ton of lava pumping through these, so we might end up with a huge bank of these at some point, like a bank of magmatic dynamos. Oops. I hit chests with your spanner, it spins them round. So now that we've got the magmatic dynamos, I think what we need now is to make ourselves some way of storing the power. And I think the best that we can probably make at the moment is the hardened energy cell. They're really easy to make. You need an energy cell frame, and then you just surround it in a couple of bits and pieces. So we're going to need the hardened cell, which you get from using the leadstone energy cell frame and surrounding it with Invar. Which is pretty easy. It makes just glass, a block of redstone, and some lead bricks or lead ingots. So let's just get that energy cell frame made. Oh, we need a redstone block. That's what's missing. So that's us got the frame. And now we just need to surround that with Invar and shift click again. I love that speed crafting mechanism. And yeah. And now we can just make the frame. I think we need more copper ore. Electrum. That's easy to make. I just need gold and iron, gold and silver, and yeah, we'll mix together gold and silver, and we'll take the pulverized gold and the pulverized silver and mix them together, and that's us got an electrum ingot. You don't actually use gold and silver. You use a little bit of silver, but you don't use that much gold and silver in thermal foundation, more for the components, less for the building things. So electrum's not that difficult to come by, especially a little bit later on. Obviously right now we have fairly limited supplies. I've done a lot of sifting out when we've been off camera, but yeah, even that's going to have a fairly limited amount at the moment. So once we get this ore automation done, we're going to be rolling in the stuff, but for just now, let's just take these electrum ingots and let's get these energy cell finished. So we just make our conductance coil now. Bang, there we go. We've got our hardened energy cell. It only holds 2 million RF, but that's still 2 million RF more than we had stored currently. So we can get rid of this and this. And we'll put down our hardened energy cell there. And yeah, at the moment every single side is an input. Actually, if we add in a whole bunch of magmatic dynamos later, we're just going to end up moving this. So let's just go ahead and put it in a more useful place now. I mean, it just depends. I mean, I could put it right in the middle of there. Which is going to use the least amount of faffing around later. I think, actually, that's fine. I can just have, for just now anyway, I can just use one piece of duct in there. Oh, it's for outputting though. I'll only have one output to face. That's fine. I've just used flux duct to extend it. Right. So, speaking of flux duct, what can we make? That puts out 200 RF a tick. That puts out 8,000. Redstone energy, flux duct. And that puts out 800. What's hardened? Invar added to that. Okay, I don't think we're going to have the redstone at the moment. I want to keep some redstone back for our storage system. So, yeah. Let's just see how we get on just now with leadstone flux duct. That uses a lot of this, and some of this, and a bit of that, and there we go. Right. I think we're kind of cooking on... I was basically cooking on gas, but clearly we're cooking on lava. I'm trying to figure out the best way to wire this up. I mean, you have the old one of those. I guess if you've got like a whole row, then one there. Yeah, that makes sense. And then this would be the only way of outputting from that face. And the only difference is whether or not I want to be able to see the interface or not. Right. So maximum output and input, that's all fine. And I guess the front panel will be an output, and all the other ones, maybe the bottom one will be an output, and maybe the top one will be an output. And all the other panels will be inputs, and there we go. So, you can kind of see the progression here. Starts out small, making some cobblestone, fire the cobblestone into a whole bunch of these. That then powers all of these crucibles into making this lava, where the lava goes into the tanks fill these magmatic dynamos up with lava. Have we got full tanks over here yet? No. So the transfer nodes aren't quite full, so yeah, we're okay for space right this second. And these are firing out 4,000 megabytes, millibuckets rather, of lava. They're filling up with that, and then they're pumping the RF out into this bad boy and filling that up. And then we'll use this to we'll be using this to power our network of machines. And let me just get my crescent wrench out and move that there. Right. So I guess the next bit is to plan out the next set of machines we need. So we've got all this ore, and we need to make a smeltery and some other bits and pieces. But I think for just now, I mean, this is not my plan. This was never my plan to start powering. I've got the power, but I don't know what to do with it at the moment. We'll put that back over here because we might need to use this in another area. Kind of makes sense to leave this in this sort of crafting area we've got here, I guess. So yeah, let's just leave the generator down over here somewhere. And let's turn off all of that nonsense. Right. I'm kind of excited. That's so far ahead. I wasn't ever expecting to get to the point where we'd have power and power storage so early. I mean, all of that from a tree. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, we've still got so much to do. Like, so much. Right, let's get some obsidian on the go. So we've got some leftover redstone from all of that nonsense. Oh, not redstone. I didn't mean to do that. So much to do. It's just kind of like, oh, you kind of need, like, sometimes just need to take a break and think about what we've got to do. So we've got our trees. We could do with some kind of animal spawning area, which I think will make off in the opposite direction from that which we've been going in so far. I think we'll make it off in this direction. Some kind of animal spawning pad. And we're going to need loads of dirt for that. I think what we'll do just now is just make some shears, and I'll use the shears on the trees to get the leaves, and we'll use the leaves to make dirt. That makes sense, doesn't it? Leaves are the best way of making dirt, I think. Or one of the best ways. Yeah, let's go with that. Nothing else here that we can really use anyway, unless I've got some rotten flesh. Okay, I'll go and check out some rotten flesh and get a whole bunch of tree mining done and get those leaves, and we'll hopefully have a ton of dirt. In fact, maybe we'll automate it as well. Like automate the dirt production. Just another quick update while I'm here. I forgot that we said we were going to make some obsidian, so just to remind you, to make obsidian we simply fill these up with water like so, and let me just grab some more lava. There we go, obsidian. And the reason we're collecting this obsidian, the reason why we're collecting the obsidian is so we can make a whole bunch more tanks. And yeah, once we've finished these tanks, I'll show you what we're going to do with them. So, let's see, did I get all the obsidian? No, I missed that one. Okay. Do. Make lots of tanks. That should be... Oh, let's just do that. Tanks. Boom, boom, boom. 6 tanks with that obsidian, that'll do. I just thought, the only reason I'm doing this is just to show you, it's like kind of like a way of tidying up the front of this. Just gives us a whole bunch more storage. And yeah, there you can see it. Oh, we've accidentally put one here, which has put that fire out as well. I think I just burnt that tank. Oops. Yeah, you need to be careful around fire. It does destroy your items. There we go. A whole bunch of lovely, lovely lava tanks sitting there. And yeah, pretty sweet. You could have, I could have automated that. What I will do at some point is add in a little thing that will pump some lava out of here and pump it into one of these oak barrels. Not these oak barrels, but some oak barrels, and it'll automate the whole process, and I'll just have a little chest or something filling up with the obsidian. But again, I'll be back once I've finished making dirt. Okay, I think we're just going to have to leave it there because it's almost my supper time and I'm starving, so I think we'll stop recording. I automated the dirt production. I got too bored of it, and yeah, I came over here and fixed the mob spawner. I haven't tested it yet, so I'm kind of interested as to whether or not that will function correctly. I'll come back and check in a minute. Meanwhile, let's have a look at how I automated the dirt production. So yeah, I was using shears. Ultimately, I want to use a scythe, so I'm going to have to make a tool part maker rather than the tool station. But yeah, all I do is I put the leaves in this top box, and at the moment they pop round the back, come into these pipes here and fill up these wooden barrels. And I also need a few other bits and pieces, namely ender pearls, before I can finish this off, so I can make a few transfer nodes that are a lot more redstone. But either way, at the moment it's pumping out the dirt into this box here. And yeah, we just kind of got to wait for this to slowly make us maybe a couple more stacks of dirt, and we should have enough for an animal farm over in this direction somewhere. But yeah, that's it for today. So thanks for watching, and I'm having a lot of fun playing this series, and I hope you are having a lot of fun watching it. If you enjoyed the episode, please give me a like, and if you really loved it, then why don't you try clicking on the old subscribe button. And I can already tell that they can shoot me through this, so this may not yet quite be finished. And that's all from me, so see you next time.